Hi everyone, welcome back once again in my YouTube channel. So I hope you have seen my last video. So already I have discussed what is stream method and how it is important for our application, right? So end to end I have explained that with code base in last video. So guys, in this video I am going to explain one also most important interview question as well as your certification level and also in your knowledge sake. This topic is very important in string class. So most of the interviewer ask this question frequently in the interview room. So you can assume 10 out of 10. If you are going to give 10 interview, so in all 10 interview, this question may asked by the interviewer. So guys, then definitely you make curiosity, right? So what this important question we have in our string class. Okay, this question is how we are going to create our own immutable class. Yes, guys. So what I have told, how we are going to create our own immutable class, just like a string. So I explained in so many videos. So a string is immutable, right? So then question is how we are going to create your immutable class just like a string. So in this video I am going to explain all the thumb rule. What all the rules we have to create a what on immutable class, right? So guys, see, just let's understand what I'm going to explain. So guys, please be concentrated. So we'll explain one by one all the point which is very important for our point of interview as well as your knowledge as well. Guys, see, first our main what discussion for the video is how to create our own that is our discussion for this video. So guys, please be concentrated. Or guys, who is coming first time in my channel, so please subscribe my channel guys. So I will bring such type of most important concept in front of you. So I see, please be concentrated. Okay, I will explain very what depth. So after watching this video, I hope you should not have any single confusion. Even if you have any confusion, please do me comment in comment section. I will reply back your query once I will get some time. So let's see, first we know very well that what is immutable. Why a string is called immutable class, right? So first these two things we need to understand before starting our how to create our own immutable class. What two things guys? What is immutable? Okay, first question is what is immutable? What is immutable word guys? And then guys, second question, why a string class known as okay, these two things first I will explain very shortly because in so many videos I have explained, right? So the guy who didn't watch my previous video, so guys, please I will give the link in my description box, so you can go there, you can check guys first, okay, before starting this video. So what is immutable word, right? First you need to understand what is immutable word, right? Then guys, second, why a string class known as immutable class. Okay, these two I will discuss very shortly, not depth, because already explained in so many times in previous video guys. So guys, see what is immutable. Immutable is guys non-changeable. What guys? Immutable means non-changeable. So guys, see whenever if we create any string object, we are not allowed to change its content. If we are trying to change its content, so with those changes a new object will be created. Okay, that is called what? Immutability concept. What guy? This is called immutability concept. Okay, due to this concept, so a string class behaving this concept, a string class behaving this behavior, due to this a string class known as immutable class. I hope you understood that. No worries, I will explain one more time. So whenever if we create any string object, we are not allowed to change its content. If we are trying to change its content, so with those changes a new object will be created. Okay, that concept is called immutability. Okay, correct guys? So a string class behave such concept. That's why we can say what a string class is a immutable class. So yeah, this is very short explanation. Okay, so about this immutable what means what? Non-changeable. And why a string is called immutable class? So due to this behavior, a string class is called what? Immutable class. Now guys, we'll jump in our today discussion. So let's see. Once the object has been created, okay? Once the object has been created, then the object state cannot be modified. Is nothing but immutable object. Yes or no? Once the object has been created, then the object state cannot be modified. Is nothing but this is called immutable object. So guys, here we are learning how to create user defined immutable class like a string class. Right? So what some thumb rule we have. So what we need to remember, right? Guys, yes or no? So we have some thumb rule for creating our own immutable class. That thumb rule we need to understand, we need to remember. Yes or no? So guys, I will explain one by one all the important thumb rule what we have to create our own immutable class. Right guys? So thumb rule for creation of our own immutable class. Okay? That thing please watch carefully. Okay, that is very very important. Okay, very important. I will explain one by one, don't worry. Let's see. First rule number one. Rule number one. What is rule number one? Okay. Rule number one. So guys, first I will explain, then I will write. So guys, define a class. What guys? Define a class. Of course, it should be public class, which is available to all for instance. Yes or no? So define a class. Of course, it should be public class, which is available to all for instantiate. Yes or no? By which what they can communicate. Yes or no? They can communicate. Right? That's where you can see what we will create first one public. Right? Why public guy? So already I mentioned it should be public class which is available to all for instantiate by which we can communicate. Okay? Yes or no? Yes. Guy, then and make that class as a final guy. See guys, now our concept started. So first the class should be what? Public and final. Why guys it should be final guy? Why we need to make this class as a final? Then you have one question, right? Why this class should be final? Yes or no? Why this class should be final? This question you have in your mind, right? Guys, see how I am going to explain. Please concentrate very effectively. Right? So what I am going to explain, it's very important, guys. Very important. So guys, see, I have created one class. So first we should, that is rule number one. Rule number one. So we need to create one class that should be public, because which is available to all for instantiate, by which they can communicate. Then guys, this class should make as a what? Final. Then your question, then you may have one question, right? Why this class is a final? Guys, see. So because extension are not allowed, guys. If we are going to make this class as a final, so what? Extension are not allowed. Suppose guys, if you allow the extension, what will be happen guys? By overriding the method, they can modify a state of the object. Yes or no? They can modify a state of the object. Chance will be there. Yes or no? They can modify the state of the object. That chance will be there. That's why guys, avoid this problem. We are going to make our class as a final. Okay, that thing you need to remember guys. That is the first thumb rule. So final public, our class name guys, suppose immutable, custom immutable class, right? Custom immutable. Yes, okay. That is our class name. That is our class name. Republic, that is final. Okay. So public, so final public class, right? Okay. That is our first thumb rule. Okay. That is our first thumb rule. So you need to understand this thing first. Okay. So what is first thumb rule? Okay, this thing. Final public class and custom immutable. This is the class name, guys. This is class, this is public, this is final. So already explain why our class should be final. Okay, that is first. Guys, now we will have second thumb rule. What is guys? Second thumb rule. Rule number 2, guys. So you understand what is rule number 2, correct? Yes. Rule number 2, guys. Okay, please be concentrated. I'm going to explain rule number 2. Guys, see. Generally, guys, all the property, right, we should declare as private and final. Generally, all the property, but we should declare in our immutable class will be private and final. These two things keep in mind. So all the property we should declare as a private and final. Guys, so according to Pojo rule, you know, right? According to Pojo rule, right? So as we know that, guys, only object is visible. Yes or no? Only object is visible and property of object are not visible. Yes or no? Only guys, object is visible and property of the object are not visible. Suppose guys, I am an object. Suppose as object, I am an object. I am visible. Yes or no? I will visible, but my name, my qualification, my age, and suppose where I am staying, all the things guys you cannot see. Yes or no? All things you cannot see. All my property is not visible directly. Yes or no, guys? All the property is not visible directly. Correct, guys? Now along with private, one new thing added as a final. Yes or no, guys? So guys, how this thing we need to write, guys? See. So what I have told you, second rule, right? So guys, all I have told you, all the property we should declare private Why it's private? Already I mentioned you. Private. Then guys, it should be final. It should be final. I will tell you why it's final. If you are going to keep final, we can modify. Yes or no? We can modify the respective instance variable. Yes or no? So we have final int a. Guys, see these two things. These two things we keep in mind. Our this one, right? Guys, yes or no? Guys, that is our what? Second thumb rule. If we are going to create what? Our immutable class, just like a string. So our what? Variable should be private and final. So already I mentioned you why it is private, right? Again, final means why? Because if you are going to keep your variable as a final, that means you cannot able to modify whatever you are going to set the value, right? That value will be constant, right guys? So guys, that is your second thumb rule, right? Second thumb rule. Okay, that is your second thumb rule, right guys? Now guys, then one question arises, right? So final means what? Once you assign the value, that cannot be modified. In this case, in that rule number 2 guys. Yes guys, then rule number 3. What is rule number 3 guys? Rule number 3. Rule number 3. That is also guys very important. What you need to remember. Correct guys? See, don't worry, I will explain here. What is the rule number 3 guys? Guys, see, if our variable as a final in second rule, right? Private final int a, right? So final is guys. So final is what? So final means once we assign the value, that cannot be modified. Then guys, next question arises in rule number 3. How to initialize the value? Guys, suppose this is a final, right? Then how to initialize the value, right? So guys, so try to initialize all the value. We should have one constructor. What guys? So try to initialize all the value. We should have constructor. Like guys, how? Like how guys? I will explain here. So how we should have constructor guys? Guys, see. So we should have, suppose public. Our constructor name is what? Same name as what? Our class name. Yes or no? So our class name is guys, custom immutable. Yes or no? Custom immutable. Public what guys? Custom, or I can do 1 minute. Public custom immutable. Yes or no? Public custom immutable. Then we can pass, right? Then we can pass what? Int a. Yes or no? Int a guy. Correct? Yes. Guy, int a. In that we are going to initialize it, right? So guys, this dot a. This dot a equals to a guy. Yes or no? Okay. So we should have one constructor, right? We should have one constructor by which you can initialize the what? Variable, right? While we are creating the object guy. So guys, so through constructor, right? In the process of object creation. So through the constructor, in the process of object creation, once you assign the value, that cannot be modified. Only first time we are what? Assigning the value, right? This is our third thumb rule. So we should have one constructor by which what we can create the object and assign the value, guys. Right? So guys, that is our third thumb rule. That is our third thumb rule. I hope you understood, guys. Right? Yes. Guys, see, then rule number 4. Guys, then rule number 4, guys. Rule number 4. What is rule number 4? What is the rule number 4, guys? Please concentrate. So guys, don't allow setter method, guys. Don't allow setter method. That is the rule number 4. So guys, what is the use of setter method? Then you may question, right? If you don't allow the setter method, that means first you need to understand what is the use of setter method. So guys, to modify the value, set the new value. Yes, okay? Guys, to modify the value or set the new value, but here guys, generally class are allowed setter and getter method. So why don't use setter method? Because with this setter method, guys, what we are going to set the value. Yes or no? We are going to set the value, modify the value for new value. Yes or no? So guys, see, but you know, generally class are allowed setter and getter method, but in this case, guys, we no need to allow setter method because we are not going to modify the value. So guys, only you should have what? Getter method. Guys, only you should have getter method because guys, you know very well. I will write here, guys. Guys, see. So public and guys, suppose this is a getter method. Suppose get what? Get a. Yes or no, guys? Because I have created a as a variable, right? So get a is our what? Getter method. Yes or no? Then it return, guys, what? Return this dot a. This dot a, you know very well, guys. This dot a. So guys, what is the return type of this method, guys? Int. You know very well, right? Int is a return type of this getter method, guys. Getter method, right? But guys, if you are going to setter method, guys, means you know public, that is guys, set a. Yes or no? Set a. That means guys, it will return what? It will not return anything, guys. Setter method will not return anything. That's why, guys, you will have here return type as a void. Yes or no? Void. But guys, in this dot a equal to a only, guys. Yes or no? Guys, yes or no? Tell me. Okay, so this time what written, guys? This dot a equals to a. Yes or no? Correct, guys. So guys, but this dot a equal to a, this is what? Returning a. This is not return any value. So guys, in this immediate class, we should not have this setter method, guys. Yes or no? We should not have this setter method, guys. Yes or no? We should not have setter method, guys. We will have only what? Getter method, guys. So guys, this thing we have is the fourth thumb rule, guys. What, guys? This is our fourth thumb rule. So we should not have setter method. We will have what? Getter method, guys. Yes or no? We should have, guys, we should have get method to get the information of what? Object. Getter method needed, guys, because we can collect the information of immutable object, but we cannot set the new value of immutable object, guys. That's why, guys, we are not going to write this set. We are not going to allow the setter method. Only we are going to allow the getter method. Okay, this is one basic fourth thumb rule. But guys, one thing also I am going to explain. It's also important. This is one additional thumb rule, guys. Suppose, guys, in your immutable class. Suppose in your immutable class, if you have one more variable, guys, that variable, suppose immutable class. Suppose if you are going to create one more variable, guys, just like I see, if you are going to create one more variable, suppose private. What, guys? Private, right? Private final string buffer. What, guys? Private final string buffer SB. Guys, tell me. So this string buffer is a immutable class. Guys, tell me. This string buffer is a mutable class or immutable? Definitely, guys, this is a mutable class. Guys, yes or no? Guys, this is a mutable class. Guys, for understanding purpose, I can write here. This is mutable class, right? Guys, yes or no? That is mutable class. Guys, please concentrate. This is also one important concept you should have. Suppose if your immutable class consists this mutable class as a variable, then, guys, what will be happen? What will happen? Okay, then what will be the happen? Guys, yes or no? Guys, see. So, guys, in your constructor, right? In your constructor, you need to pass this object. Yes or no? Guys, how? I am going to explain. Just concentrate here. So, guys, see, public custom immutable, public custom immutable, int a, comma, what? String buffer SB. Guys, yes or no? Tell me. Any dot you will have. Any dot, guys, you will have. In that, what you can write, guys? So this dot a equal to a, first thing. Then, guys, this dot guys, tell me. So, guys, what will happen, guys? So this is, guys, what? So here, guys, you can see here I am using the object of string buffer class. Yes or no? Here I am going to use object of string buffer class, that is mutable class, guys. So directly we cannot return. Yes or no, guys? So this place directly we cannot return instance variable of mutable class like this one, guys. Guys, we cannot directly return instance variable of mutable class like what? This variable int a guy. So guy, we should return copy of instance variable guy. What guy? We need to return copy of instance variable. That thing guy you keep in mind guy. That is the main important thing. So this is a mutable class, right? So directly we cannot return instance variable of mutable class. Like what? This dot a equal to a. Guy, then what we need to follow? So guy, we should return copy of instance variable. Copy of instance variable guy. So how guy? Just understand. Just let's absorb. So guy, this dot sb equals to new string buffer sb dot. Okay, this is the way if you are going to use what mutable class, right? Then guys, you need to return in such a way. That means we should return copy of instance variable. Guys, yes or no? That thing you keep in mind guys. That is the most important thing. This is the most important thing guys. So I am highlighting this thing guys. I am highlighting this thing, so you need to understand this thing. And guys, this is also, this line is very important guys. This line is very important. Okay, so guys, this what modification we need to do in our constructor. A part of that guy, you need to one modification in your what getter method as well. So what guy, you need to do the modification in the getter method guy. I am going to explain here. Please concentrate guy. So guy, in getter method, so public string buffer get sb so okay, this place you should return right new string buffer sb dot. That thing you need to return guys. You cannot return directly. You cannot return directly as like this, return this dot a, because you are going to return copy of the instance variable, not directly you can return instance variable guys. So guys, if we are using immutable class, if we are using what, if we are using mutable class in our immutable class guys, see how I am going to explain this thing. So string buffer is our what mutable class, yes or no? String buffer is called what immutable class guys, yes or no guys? I have writing by mistake here, not giving tip. So guys, you need to give your t guys. Okay, so guys, see this is a string, right? A string buffer means what? A string buffer is a mutable class. So if we are using mutable class in our immutable class, then we need to return its copy of the object. No need to return its original value guys. So then it will impacted our setter and getter method as well in middle class. That's why guys, I am going to write in this way. If you are going to return what getter method, then we return copy of the what object. Return the its copy of the object guys. So guys, that thing also you need to understand what as per the getter method guys. Correct guys? So guys, this is the guy completely 5 thumb rule guys. This is our 5 thumb rule. Okay, so fourth RD, first one is guys. So again I will explain what is first thumb rule guys. So class should be final guys. class should be final. This is our first thumb rule. This class should be final, guys. Okay, this is class should be final, first, guys. Then, guys, second. So property will be private and final, guys. Property should be private and final. Okay, that thing, right? Okay, then third thing, initialize the object through constructor, right? Initialize the object through constructor, guys. So guys, this is our what? Third rule. Yes or no? Guys, yes or no? That is our third rule. We are going to initialize, right, with the constructor. Guys, in this fourth rule, we should not have setter method. We don't allow the setter method. We should have getter method, guys. That is our fifth rule, guys. So that is fourth rule, guys. This is fourth rule, guys. And guys, what is the fifth rule? So fifth rule I can write here. Don't worry. Rule number 5. Rule number 5. What rule number 5, guys? So guys, if you will have mutable class in your immutable class, what, guys? This is a mutable class, string buffer. This string buffer mutable class is available in your immutable class. Guys, then what will happen? Okay, then what will happen? Then we need to return its copy of the object, guys. So guys, see, this is called, guys, what? This is called, guys, okay, this is called, you know what? Concentrate. Okay, this is the return its copy of instance variable. Okay, that is the important point you need to remember, guys. Return its copy of instance variable. Okay, okay, same places you can see here. This place also, guys, you can think. So guys, what? It return its copy, return its copy of the object, guys. Yes or no? Copy of the object. Copy of the object. No need to return its original value. No need to return its original value. Okay. That is the also important thing we need to keep in mind, guys. Okay. So that is completely our thumb rule. 5 thumb rule we should have. Okay, 5 thumb rule we should have to create any what? Immutable class, guys. What, guys? Any immutable class. So we should have this 5 thumb rule to create any our own immutable class. Okay, this is completely theoretical part I will explain, guys. In next, this is part 1. This is part 1. In guys, part 2. In part 2, I am going to explain what? I am going to explain, you know, guys, complete what? Coding. Complete coding I will explain. So how all the thumb rule we are going to use in our IDE, guys. Okay. So this concept I will explain in our part 2. So guys, please watch part 2 as well. Then this theory will be correlated and you can understand how we are going to write the code, how we are going to create our own e-meter class with code guide. This is a completely theoretical part. Okay, so at least you can tell to the interviewer these all 5 rules we should have whenever if you want to create our own e-meter class. If you're going to follow these 5 thumb rule, then we can effectively create our own e-meter class. That's it guys from this video. If you like my video guys, please like, share, subscribe for more knowledge. So if you will like my video guys, then I will understood what I'm going to deliver content. So you are understanding completely guys. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Meet very soon in next video with new concept. So guys, please watch part 2 as well. So in part 2 I am going to explain with code base how we are going to create our own e-meter class. Thank you guys. Bye bye.